want? For memes? To be driven over?
Hey guys,
for
Dr.
memes? I don't
06
think
back
so.
here with another YouTube
Didn't
video.
we just see
Today I
this?
decided, instead of
This
working
was
on the
level that I
hotel,
just came from.
we're attacking
It
the
looks the exact same.
Guardian area.
I was in my mind here, maybe there'll be
We
a
shall.
difference, right? Maybe you'll shoot him, then you'll shoot him, and then it... No, it's a Humvee.
I know it's changing.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the end.
I didn't
Yay!
get to pick, though.
I've been
You're shooting
preparing
it already, and you died.
Let's go to bed real quick.
This is the same level, but it's not. So we're rushing Area 51 again.
Okay.
And we have a tank now.
Apparently
I
we'll not go
see.
to bed real quick.
Something tells me that the memers won't have a tank. The tank's gonna... No. The tank's gonna win. Humvee will die first. Right? Can we aim down? Yeah, aim down a little bit. There we go. There it is.
Zombies apparently
I'm worried there for a second.
Good.
They're gonna be Naruto running, and they're gonna have vapes. They won't have tanks.
Something doesn't seem right.
Who would die first if he pushed the rock down? Holy crap. I would say it's gonna be this guy, right?
What?
It's gonna hit...
No, it's gonna be that guy.
Seesaw, right? It should go over, and then put that up and crush his head. I got it right! I didn't even get the time to explain it as I was thinking, but I figured it wouldn't hit that seesaw. These levels are... I like the fact that there's a mix of clever levels that you need to think about.
I'm gonna turn this... Well, I got 29 minutes down a little bit. I'm really confused. Something seems off. I think it was because my computers... or the area around me is being worked on, the computer's being moved forward, so my sound's off, so I keep having to change it. So, yeah. It's on top of my helipad. I swear if it goes towards the other thing from an airport and a hotel. No, please don't break, okay. I'm okay, don't have to worry. So I will see you guys later when we're almost there. Alright, we're back again here in this dark cave. Ow. Called the end place. Took me a while to get here. You know what? I think I'll go down this one. Okay, bad idea. This way then, I guess. Come on. What the? Oh, I'm using my pick. I'm like, how did I break through that block so fast? Anything down here? Why, yes. Oh. There's more rooms. So far, we've gone in a circle. Oh, come on. Why are there always skeletons? I should have brought my... I didn't bring my bow. Yeah, that might be fun. Isn't it? I'm gonna take another bucket of water. Yeah, let's go back down these stairs. head straight. Left, right, into here. Up to here. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh crap. Silverfish. Wait. Silverfish is a good sign. Ow. I vote we keep mining that way. Up and at 'em. Oh.
And stupid meme levels that are pretty much just cinematic and obvious. Okay. We have a bathroom on fire and a bathroom full of spikes. Who would die first?
Ow.
It's gotta be the fire guy, right? Because the spike guy's gonna take some time to fall.
Die.
Oh, no. Fire guy would take some time to burn. Maybe you could hop in a toilet. Nope, no, I'm not gonna hop in the toilet, but regardless, I was wrong. I guess that makes sense, sort of, maybe.
Silverfish
What kind of bathrooms are these? I feel like I'm gonna end up playing this game forever because it is so freaking addicting. You just want to play one more level, get one more hot stick lady. Hey, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna use my parkour skills and then crumple into a ball of sadness and mush. Ooh, not quite. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking. Now, nope, still no.
I always make this money
okay. And this seems like a bad idea.
I thought it'd be over here. Here, I saw the silverfish.
There he is.
I guess I was wrong. I guess it was just no. It has to be.
This isn't necessary. I would imagine it's gonna break again, right? Or is he gonna trip on the wheel? Oh no, he got him. Oh. Well, good for you. I guess somebody has to come out on top. Do you really want to be with her after all that murder?
Great.
Okay, that was kind of rude, not gonna lie. And now he's gonna die, right? Because she liked it. She's gonna probably kick that wheel down at him.
See you in a little bit.
That makes sense. That
I found it, guys.
Here. For no reason. What are you gonna do? Oh. No, not gonna kick the wheel. Just gonna kick him. This is what happens when you kill Lucy's boyfriend. What is this game? You know what? I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Who Dies First. Guys, or Who Die First, or Stupid Stickmen, or whatever the hell the name of this game is. If you guys want to see more, I would love to keep it. I better not have to control all the options for this baby, okay? I'm gonna be hands off. It's all on.
I'll put that in there.
Tina?
Anything else? I can use that.
Congratulations! You have a purpose now.
Is the name not Tina? Did I get that wrong? What's up, guys? Welcome to Imagine Lifetimes, a simulation game that apparently questions the meaning of life. And considering I question the meaning of life every time I play one of these weird games on the channel, I figure this should be right up my alley. It's a little weird that there's no main menu or option to start. I think we're about to start.
Except I have paper and gunpowder. Okay.
Oh, and it's narrated. Interesting. Technically, half of me won the race. The other half was the finish line.
At a random time. With a random set of genes.
They'll never be able to see. I swear.
Please tell me that my eyes opened sideways like some kind of gold lizard and that wasn't the inside of my mom's coochie. Was I even born with eyes? I don't have a face. I'm just a smooth, concrete baby. Makes you wonder how I'm going to say my first words without a mouth. But I'm just assuming these are all different ways of saying the same thing. And we're pointing at Dad right now, so sorry, Mom. I'm not going to grow up to be a mom's boy. Concrete baby has decided the favorite parent is Dad.
Just say the word, sweetie.
Dad.
More kick than I expected. Oh, I'm not worried.
Important decisions like choose your favorite childhood toy, the creepy Muppet, the TV remote, or the foot.
TV remote.
I should have chosen
Why
Mom
can't
as
I aim
the
today?
parent. Okay, oh, I want the TV remote. Screw it.
You see, the choices you're about to make will affect your
way
character's
over.
traits, strengths, and weaknesses in life.
Oh, I have no doubt that was probably a weakness I just chose. Choose a kindergarten exercise. Playing with blocks, painting a house, or reading the alphabet. I was kind of assuming that there would always be like a clearly
Well, in that
worse
case, let's go
option,
down
you know,
and down
play
and
with
down
your
and down
friends,
and down.
play sports or stick a fork in
Down
an
and
apple, that
down
kind
and
of
down.
thing.
Oh,
But apparently I can't screw up my life on purpose all that much.
I'm just gonna get more.
I'm gonna play with blocks. How about that? We'll just build stuff.
Okay.
You know this is about your future, right?
No armor,
You should
Tristan.
get started
Or,
right away.
yep,
Once you're
drop
done,
down 6.
you're ready to face whatever's
Shut up,
out there.
stupid dragon.
Choose some friends.
Don't mind the pickaxe flying, floating through the air. Don't mind the pickaxe, the pickaxe, the pickaxe. My head. It's
What are we going to be? Scared to
ow, ow.
Why? Because they're fucking true at this point.
He can't see me. He can't see me. Armor on. I'm done talking to myself now. Dang it.
Why is everybody all peachy and skin-colored except for me? I'm gonna be friends with a weird kid who drives around in a wagon all the time because
dragon's
the lower
breath
half of
lasts
his
a
body
while.
melted. Eyes
Yep,
half a
I
dozen
knew.
people?
Okay.
That's
really
weird.
short story.
Should I be revisiting my options? Okay. I don't know what any of this does, but I'm
What?
just gonna pick everybody. I think I
You're
just
back.
befriended an adventure.
Alright. I'm back,
Riding
guys.
a bike.
I got all my stuff.
Playing hide
level
and seek
5
with
now.
a girl. Am I a guy? I don't even know. We'll go with that. Yeah, hide and
Ow.
seek with a girl. Sounds
Crap.
good.
Nice to know.
Thank you. Finally.
What's the gun on your face?
Mild pimple appeared. Dad, I kind of wanted to say that I'm expecting a little more critical analysis from you, and a little more guidance. You can't just, good job, okay. You're supposed to be a parent, do some parenting. Help me out here. Ew. Ew. Oh, it's
This
throbbing.
is why you. Oh,
Dad, I can't
need
get
to
rid of
grab
this.
bow and arrow too.
What?
crap.
It's just my luck to meet a girl for the
here.
first
I am
time.
so
Play
bad
hide and seek with her,
why?
and then have her find me with a giant, throbbing pimple that just will. Oh!
Looks like someone is growing up.
Shut up, Mom! You're just upset you're not the favorite! Oh god, that was worse than your pooch. Choose a high school sport. Football, swimming,
That works.
feet? I'm assuming that's gonna be like track and field or
Oh,
something.
crap.
Baseball or volleyball? Man, I don't know. I'll play baseball. How about that?
Awesome. Go for it.
I will. I did. Choose your crush.
This is not me hiding.
Wait a second. Okay,
Not
the
wondering
ratio
why
in this classroom is just a little off, right? We've got
Whatever.
6
I don't
guys,
see
3
that
girls, but
this week's nice.
we also have a teacher. Actually, is that a dude? It kind of looks like Loki. It might be, could be, he's hot. Choose an after-school activity.
Boop.
Oh, none of these are
Boop,
Mrs.
boop.
Robbins.
Boop, 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 boop.
What do we got?
Yeah,
Eating
start.
cookies, looking at our
We can do it,
phone,
but we're
drinking
drinking
Pepsi,
more.
smoking. Is that picking your nose? I think that's a nose, or video games. I mean, I should just choose something like smoking or picking your nose if I want to screw up my life, but I kind of want to just choose video games. We'll choose picking our nose. Oh, no.
Level by level basis. Ooh. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Forward. Just taking forever. I should have brought more building blocks. I'm an idiot.
Why don't I? Why am I not logged in still?
Ow, ow. That's probably where the... No, oh. I'm trying. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on.
Should be live right now.
Actually. It's probably really
Never
bad
mind.
idea, but-
Shadow.
You know, who really cares?
Really actually a sister.
Oh my god, move! No, 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 no. Breakfast. Come on.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to ever utter another word again, so they make it very meaningful. So here are some creepy, mysterious, and funny last words you won't believe were actually said. But, as always, my first words in this video are be sure to subscribe and press the notification bell too.
Can't get me
Coming
now.
up first, we have baked apple. These last words are as funny as they are dark. And to look at these last words, we need to go all the way back to 1928 in New York, USA. George Appel, spelled A-P-P-E-L, was on trial. He was convicted of taking a man's life. You see, George was a gangster and criminal in New York, and one day he took the life of a cop. If you're not from the USA, you may not know that taking a policeman's life is treated very differently from a citizen's life. It's actually a much worse crime in America, and so he got the electric chair.
okay.
Before they were to pull the electric lever, taking him out, they said, "Any last words?" George Appel replied, "Well, gentlemen, you're about to see a baked apple." I have to give this guy props for keeping a sense of humor right until his last moments. If I was in his position, I'd be freaking out or very sad. But he was clearly kind of psycho, so he started making jokes. Hey, at least he did the tabloid newspaper's job for them. Next up is Kurt Russell. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kurt Russell isn't even dead. But that's because the last words of someone very famous was Kurt Russell. These are actually the final words of Walt Disney, the man behind Disney. He's known for his theme parks, TV channels, and movie studios. And kids going back decades all remember Mickey Mouse when growing up. On the 15th of December 19...
Come on, come on, come on. Up, 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 up. This is gonna hurt a lot if it hits me again. Up, 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 up. It's gonna really hurt. Come on, down, down, down. How many more left? That one and this one. Why did I get that one earlier? No! So shutting my bow right now. This could be all over. Said I would be an idiot and forget to get my bow. Twice! Okay, the second time I was in a little bit of a rush. Ow. Yes, Enderman. I really wish the Enderman could attack him. He could take hits for them. I could just destroy this in his side. Whether frick, no, no, up. I'm gonna run out of blocks eventually.
1966, Walt passed away from lung cancer. He couldn't speak all that much in his last moments. But just before he passed away, he grabbed a small piece of paper and wrote something on it. The thing he wrote, Kurt Russell. A few weeks before this, child actor Kurt Russell had entered a 10-year contract with Disney, and he's said to be one of Disney's favourite young actors. After Walt passed away, Kurt was shown the piece of paper, but he was baffled. Kurt said he did know Walt Disney, but they weren't that close. Some theorise Walt had an idea for a new movie or something, or maybe he had something he wanted to tell Kurt Russell before he departed. But no one in the world, including Kurt Russell, knows why Walt Disney's final words were Kurt Russell. Next up is Just Do It. I'm sure when I said that, one logo popped into your head, that being, of course, the Nike swoosh. But many people don't realise where the iconic slogan of Nike, which is Just Do It, actually comes from. Well, back in 1977 in Utah, USA, Gary Gilmore was put on trial. He had taken the life of a motel manager for no apparent reason. He was actually given a prison sentence for this, but instead demanded to be executed. In 1966, the USA stopped the death penalty, but he was the first person to be executed after they brought it back in 1976. He was taken out by a firing squad, and just before they fired, they said, "Any last words?" His last words were, "Let's do it." Creepily, he sounded very excited when he said it. But Gary's legacy, albeit a bad one, lived on. After he'd been taken out, he donated all of his organs. And 2 people actually received his eyes. But how is Gary connected to Nike? Well, one day a Nike executive named Dan Wyden was reading the newspaper. When he read in an article that Gary's last words were "Let's do it," he got inspired. He took it into the office and then adapted it, changing it from "Let's do it" to "Just do it." Since then, it's gone down as one of the best slogans in marketing history.
Well, that failed.
Next up is Independence Day. So, these are the last words of one of the scariest women to have ever lived. That is Eileen Wuornos. Eileen Wuornos has been featured in various documentaries, for example one named Eileen. She is known as possibly the most scary and dangerous woman in history. When she was young, she was abandoned by her parents and had to start turning tricks. She also robbed people as well, as she needed money to eat. But by 1989, she'd taken things way too far. In 1989 and 1990, she took the lives of 6 men and robbed them. She fired bullets into them and then stole their money. But 1 year later in 1991, she was caught and arrested. And despite her being a fairly young woman and having a tough life, the judge showed no mercy. She was given a total of 6 death sentences. And she was also labelled by the press as the first female American serial killer. Before she was taken out, her last words were this: "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Lord.
That was
I'll be
loud.
back like
Sorry,
Independence
guys.
Day with Jesus, June
Come on, let me hit
6.
you.
Like the movie, big mothership and all, I'll be back." So yeah, she kind of said she would respawn as the devil on Independence. Next up is capital punishment. These are some last words, which are actually pretty true and thought-provoking. At least if they didn't come from this guy.
That might just be my speakers.
In 1975, John Spenkley was a drifter. He basically hitchhiked around the USA, relying on generosity and begging for food and money. He also sometimes travelled with companions he met on his way. But one day he was arrested after he took the life of one of his travelling companions. Now, he said he did this in self-defense, but the jury did not agree. He was the first man to be taken out after the US brought back capital punishment in 1976. And he actually made a pretty good point before he was taken out. He said, "Capital punishment. Those without the capital get the punishment." If you don't get it, he was basically saying if he had money, he wouldn't be in this situation. Now, I don't know if he meant he wouldn't have to be homeless and then take his travelling companion's life, or if he meant that he could have got away with it if he could afford a good lawyer. But either way, it's a good point. It does sometimes seem like there's one set of rules for the rich and another for the poor.
Spreading out is fun.
Next up is French fries. For many years, James French was in prison for life in Oklahoma, USA. This is because he'd taken somebody's life for no reason. But he said he really did not want to live his life behind bars. At first, he considered taking his own life, but he was apparently scared. So instead, he did the logical thing and took the life of his cellmate. He did this to compel the state to execute him. And his wish was granted, as the state executed him on August 10th, 1966. He was going to go to the electric chair, and his last words before he was fried was, "How's this for a headline? French fries." Much like George Appel, this guy clearly had a good sense of humor. But then again, it seems like psychos often do. Just look at the Joker from Batman.
Water.
Next up is Grim Reaper.
Ow. Water turn.
In 1992, Robert Alton Harris took the lives of two teenage boys. He was the first person to be executed in California in decades. And his
Come on.
last words
Right.
were actually a misquote
Hello?
from a movie. The movie is very old and is called Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. But despite him remembering the words wrong, he still makes a good point. His last
So where's
words
the dragon?
were, you can be a
Okay,
king or street
dragon.
sweeper,
You
but
coming to
everyone
land and
dances
ow.
with the Grim Reaper. Basically what he was saying is, it doesn't matter if you're poor or rich,
I don't have time to
everyone
deal with
does
you.
at some
No.
point. It seems this guy was very fatalist and didn't care that his life was about to end. Next up is Good People. This is the case of another woman who was taken out by the state. This girl's name was Barbara Gray, but she went as bad. In
Finally.
1955, she was robbing
I
an
don't
elderly
really
woman,
care.
but
Nope,
things
go
turned
away.
bad.
Go away.
Barbara then ended up taking the elderly woman's life. Of course, this provoked outrage, and she was sentenced to a gas chamber. The guy who took her life, named Joe Ferretti, said, any last words? And her last words were, good people are always so sure they're
Oh my
right.
God, you're
Now, I
going
think
to
we can all
kill
agree
me.
Barbara Graham was not a good person. But she was making a case against capital punishment, saying it's inhumane. Let me know if you guys agree or not.
Where did teleportation take
And
me?
finally on the list, we have I Told You I Was Sick.
The easiest way ever to
So
find
this one is a pretty hilarious last word, and it's actually on a gravestone. As you can see, the gravestone says, I told
Woohoo.
you I was sick.
The next
And this
generation
is the
that
grave of
literally
a
does
British
nothing.
comedian named Spike Milligan.
Oh, that would be
just
it for
goes to show
today,
some
guys.
comedians are always funny, even in the face
Beat
of
at the
doom.
end.
Now it's time to make your voice heard.
First, let's just find the little portal thing.
Vote in the poll in the top right corner and tell me which last words you found.
100% chip of a planet into a ball.
Hello, I'd say that he was ever a good person. My mother was a young immigrant,
Lots of blocks,
around
lots of
20 years
blocks,
old when she started to date my father, who was much older. She was always a good, hard-working woman. She and my father separated when I was around 8 years old.
48.
When this happened, my mom had
Let's
to
see.
go back to her own country, and I've rarely seen her since then. I wanted to go with her, but my father decided that I should stay with him so he wouldn't need to pay child support.
It's
I don't
probably
know why
that
it
one
was
right there,
important
but
for
you
him.
know, who cares?
Because he had so much money. I guess it was pride. I very rarely saw my mom,
Ooh, it
but
was
we
this
kept
one.
in contact through the
Good,
years.
good, I was
Recently, I
right.
turned 18, and my father found a
For
new
once.
girlfriend. Her name was Victoria. He'd had a lot of them throughout my childhood. All of them were very young, and he always treated them horribly. Victoria was also 18 or 19, and she
Okay.
came from a very poor family.
Well,
And I
that
hated her at
was
first,
less.
Because I thought she was a gold digger. After a few months, she moved
Come
into
here,
her
man.
house, and talks about marriage started. By this point, I had started to get to know her better, and I realized that she was a
Oh
very
no, you
sweet
don't.
and smart
You
girl.
will not.
Sometimes I would
get
talk to
it.
her for hours.
I've come
She
way
wanted to
too
break
far
out of
for
her
you.
poverty-stricken life and her toxic family.
Attempt number 2.
And my father was the best chance for her. She was very
As
grateful to
usual,
him
this
for
will
giving her this new
slowly
life.
but surely
I knew my father,
build up to
and I
a
saw how he was
true
treating her.
platform.
He would never let her go anywhere, and if we had guests, he would always talk over her. I wanted
Okay.
to save
No,
her
where
because
did that
I knew
go?
how it
Okay.
would end. My father would leave her as soon as she stopped being
3,
convenient for him. And
I guess I
honestly,
could take a screenshot,
that
or I
wasn't
can just
the
do
only
my
reason I
much
wanted to
easier
help.
option for
I had started
myself.
to feel like I liked her.
I'm just writing
I
it
was seeing how
down
unhappy
because
she was locked up in this big house, so
you know, who
when my
doesn't
father
just
was busy
love
working,
to
I would
write it
try
down?
to make her happier.
I don't know why I always
I
write
would
down
take her to the movies or to
whiteboard.
cafes or even on a simple walk.
That's written down. So, next time, we will be exploring the Nether. So, good